We're live. Hello, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Monday, August 9th, 2021. Today we're going to talk about suffering from sharp pains underneath the kneecap. So this was a ongoing correspondence that I had been receiving through Instagram. So these videos are popping up somewhere, somehow on the interwebs. Here, let me get over to an Instagram account and I will read what has been not there. There we go. This is from Graham. Okay. They said, just tried posting the following on your live feed, but I think you were having trouble with your broadcast. Yes, I was. I tend to have, for whatever reason, it zooms in and out and cuts out. But we roll with it and do the best we can. Okay, says the radiologist report from my right knee MRI says I have full thickness retropatellar articular cartilage damage at the apex with subchondral change consistent with an early osteoarthritic change. The doctors use such fancy terms. I am 44 and otherwise fit and healthy and have never had surgery. I want to be able to casually play soccer and ultimate frisbee. I've tried 3 different physiotherapists so far with little improvement. Is your knee club suitable for me? And how is it better than standard physiotherapy? Knee club is suitable for Graham. Better is going to be subjective. I'm subjective, so the different approach, physiotherapy, physical therapy, they're going to be looking primarily at a doctor's diagnosis and an insurance code that corresponds with that diagnosis. So they're going to say you have this full thickness retropatellar articular cartilage damage at the apex with subchondral change consistent with early osteoarthritic change. And then they're going to give specific exercises that correspond with that insurance code. If your issue lies outside of that diagnosis or outside of the insurance code, well, then your knee's still going to hurt when you're going to get done with physical therapy, physiotherapy. The doctors are trying to put a square peg in a round hole. They're not looking at you as a person. They're not looking at what's going on with your knee. They're not looking at exactly where your knee hurts or how we could begin to change the neurological patterns that are going on in your knee. Because although you may need exercise at this point in time in your progression to get out of pain, that can change in an instant because your neurology changes from moment to moment. This is really important. You can't say that big diagnosis and think you start adding things into that equation and that diagnosis is going to be the same. It's going to change. The MRI is a snapshot. It's a picture for what's happened in the past. But you are a different person each day. And you have to have, in my estimation, in my biased estimation, that you need a program that's going to be flexible and adjust with how your body shifts and changes day to day and empower you with the tools and knowledge and understanding to what's going on with your knee so you know so you understand. Does your knee hurt today because you have nerve irritation? Or is it because your body's dehydrated? Or because you need to exercise? Or because you need to rest, or you need better sleep, or you need supplementation, or you're holding your breath when you're getting out of a chair, or I mean, there's thousands of ors. You're not going to get that from conventional physical therapy, physiotherapy. It's very intricate and nuanced, and that's the level of conversation that's going to get you back to your knee feeling normal again. It doesn't happen by doing a certain number of sets and reps to get you out of pain. It's just not going to happen. And if you're going to get the sets and reps that may help you for a little bit of time, it'll help you for a little bit of time. But then you're going to hit a plateau. Well, why does it hit a plateau? Because your body has changed. Your body is different. It's no longer dealing with the same dynamics that you were when you went to the doctor, or what you were dealing with yesterday, or what you were dealing with this morning when you got up. So Graham is here. Yes, thanks. MRI was in May. And she says, Graham, let's see, MRI was in May of 2019. I wonder if it's changed since all the physio strengthening you've done. Yes, it changed from the time you got up this morning. And that's why all we need to do is understand that nothing is broken or torn in the knee, and then focus on creating comfort. It's a simple 3-step process. Create comfort first by changing the neurology in the knee. That's the first step. Second step, setting up the conditions in the body so the body has what it needs to heal the knee. Meaning water, nutrition, breathing, supplementation, mindset, stretching, mobility, exercise. That's the environment that you're creating once we've created comfort on step 1. Then we have all of those elements that we need to introduce to the body based on what's going on, based on our interaction and dialogue. That's step 2. Step 3 is your mindset piece. Because many people, once their knee gets out of pain, they've been in pain for a long period of time, their mind is what will put them back into pain, because they don't know what to do or what not to do. Oh, my knee feels better. I'm going to test it. And then it puts them right back into pain again without any tools on how to get themselves out of pain. So it's a very systematic, common sense approach to reducing your pain on a daily basis, creating a baseline of comfort in your knees, in your body, and then building back up from there to give you the tools so your body's going to be able to heal. Okay. that website, if you want more information, you can head on over, and I have a newsletter you can get on. You can begin working with that. With the newsletter, I send out emails on a daily basis that begin to educate and help you understand this different approach. This is not the same approach. This approach isn't going to be the same as physical therapy, physiotherapy, and it's not for everybody, because most people are happy with a drug, a shot, a surgery, physical therapy, and that's what they want to do. Great. God bless you. Go do that if that's what you want to do. This is for the people that want to understand their body on a deeper level. They want to understand what's going on. This is like the operations manual for how a human body functions and how you can get it to heal when it's not healing. Because the body wants to heal. There's something in the way preventing it from doing so. You want to learn that? I'm your guy. You don't, you want to do exercises and whatever they do, because I never studied that stuff. After my injury, my surgery, the physical therapy, I know what the doctors had to offer, and they were limited. We hit a glass ceiling. Dr. Ellis said this is all we could do. Okay, great. I'm going to find my own way. And I did. I've spent the past 2 decades figuring that out. Okay, if you have questions, I see some people here on, what do we got? Some people on YouTube and some people on Facebook. If you have questions about your knees, please type those in the comments section. If you are watching the replay, type those in as well. I use those for future videos. I'm going to continue on with Graham's thread here. Okay, I'm trying desperately to avoid going down the surgical route, as that won't fix the root cause. My muscle imbalance for the last 3 months. I've been doing Dr. David Maidaw's 28-day knee health program, which is primarily aimed at glute strengthening and avoid and avoid strengthening the quads. However, it's not gotten rid of an unexpected sharp pains beneath my kneecap in day-to-day movement and team sports. We get a tight TFL or tight tender quads on my right side too when moving about immediately after having sat down and relaxed, after having been for a long walk or work in the garden. These are all neurological patterns that exist, whether we're doing something or not doing something. Your ability to feel this pain or not feel this pain is going to be dependent on the tension that your body has. So your baseline of what's going on, tight TFL, tight tender quads, all of that is there all the time. And when you exercise, it affects the baseline tension pattern in the body. So when we begin to change these baseline level neurological tension patterns, it feels different when you're sitting or you're going for a long walk or playing the team sports, or whatever that is. This is where we need to dialogue and figure out, well, what tools do you need right after you get done playing football or going for a long walk, or maybe prepping before you go for a long walk? How long when you walk before the pain starts developing? How long before you sit down or after you sit down? What happens with your knee? Does it happen right away as soon as you sit down? Does it take 4 or 5 minutes? Is it when you've been sitting there longer than 10 minutes? These are questions that most people with pain don't pay attention to. So the more we can bring these questions to your awareness, bring it to the forefront, that's what you report back in, so we can give you tools to tweak and adjust how to relieve the tension, change the neurological signaling in your knee, your hips, your lower back, your hamstrings, your quads, your shins, your calves, your ankles, your feet. It's going to depend on your experience. You're currently having an experience you don't like. So the idea is to change the neurological experience in your knees, in your legs, in your body, to have a neurological experience you do like, which is no pain, or no tension, or less stress, whatever that is. Okay, it continues. Long walk or work in the garden. Steady walking or running on flat surfaces is generally fine for me. I occasionally get this sharp pain behind my kneecap when stepping up slightly on my right leg or coming downstairs. So we got a specific tension pattern that needs to be addressed in the relationship of the femur with the tibia and the fibula. Femur being the bone in your upper leg, tibia, fibula are the bones in your lower leg, and the relationship to that of the patella, which is the kneecap. So whenever there is a step taken a certain way, there is pain in that certain way. So a tension pattern that is squeezing too tight, that is the neurological tension pattern we need to begin to relax, to create comfort with. Especially when movement is fluid and nonlinear. Nonlinear meaning it's not just getting up and down from a chair. It's not just walking forward. This is dynamically getting out of a car or twisting to get out of bed. So these are nonlinear movements. And that's where physical therapy, physiotherapy is very lacking in terms of understanding the dynamic tension patterns of how to relax the neurological signaling so it's not uncomfortable. So your body isn't holding on to tension, irritating the nerves and having this pain come back. This is why I struggle so much with team sports. I love because it involves dashing about in all directions and leaping. I'm getting very worried about not being able to get to the same cardio exercise I used to do. I've been trying to get rid of this life-changing niggle for over 4 years now. During this time, I don't think the condition has gotten any worse, but it's not improving anywhere near enough either, despite best efforts. During this 4 years, I've never had any visible swelling or redness on or around my affected right knee. My left knee is fine. Your knee club sounds very interesting in that it also focuses on pain neurology. However, I need to be more convinced before shelling out $200 on your fees. I don't convince people. I don't convince people that their body can heal itself. You need to believe your body heals itself. I'm just there as like the coach or the teacher or the guide to point out the distinctions and nuances that are required so you can get the results that you want. You have to do the homework. You have to do the work. This isn't a lot of work, and it's challenging in ways that you wouldn't expect, and difficult and easy in ways that you wouldn't imagine. And the reason being is most people with pain are so into this mindset that I got to push through the pain, or no pain, no gain, or pain is weakness leaving the body, or the only way they're going to actually change something is to push harder. So they're already in this self-sabotaging mindset that they need to be in a place of going, oh, there's got to be something different. There's got to be something easier. There's got to be a better way. And all I'm here is to point out the better way, to point out the easier way of working with the pain, of exercising smarter, not harder. So if I need to convince you of that, what's going to happen is you'll join the program. You'll be like, oh, he's not giving me stuff to push me enough. And then you quit. In that case, you're not a fit for the program. So there you go. If you could perhaps advise one or two things to try that might bring about some rapid improvement, then I'll be more inclined to invest in the full program. I just gave you. I'm giving you tons. And here is the thing and why people don't get out of pain. Because it's so close in front of their face, they aren't able to see it. I'm telling you everything to do. We talked about changing the neurological signaling. We talked about supplementation, mindset, breathing, stretching, mobility, exercise. All of those components are required. Now, everybody's going to be different. Not everybody has the right combination of those things. That's why the program is different. You're still, Graham, you're still in an old paradigm, an old mindset that you've been struggling with for 4 years. And now you're looking for me to reinforce the mindset that you've been in for the past 4 years that hasn't worked. It's nuanced. It requires dialogue. It requires self-reflection to look inside and go, oh, yeah, the angle, yeah, that's right there. And that's not really in the kneecap. That feels like more meniscus, which means it's going to be a completely different video I would assign for you for homework. It's not going to be module 8 for the kneecap. It's going to be module 40. I don't know what I'm going to give you. It would be a crapshoot to go, okay, here, do this. May or may not work. That's why it's a mindset piece. It's a game changer in terms of understanding this approach. Your mindset needs to be in the place, open to understanding the universal principles that is required in order for the body to heal. Welcome, everybody. We got a few people online here. If you have questions about your knees, please enter those in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer those. If you're watching the replay, I will use those comments, questions on future videos. What was I going to say? Make sure if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru channel. Turn on notifications for future videos. Share this video with your friends, family, and loved ones that limp. They'll appreciate it, maybe. Okay, Graham wrote again. I've watched a couple more of your recent videos. I'd like to take a closer look at your 7-day challenge, the free 7-day challenge, I no longer offer that. That got to be more of it was more craziness than it was worth. All links just seem to point to your Knee Pain Guru homepage, which is right there. You could sign up for the newsletter. Yeah, that 7-day challenge is no longer available. That should answer all of your questions. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Graham, thank you, Bill. I want to be self-sufficient in my treatment. How much time per day per week is required to get the most out of Knee Club? That's a good question. Okay. It's going to depend. And what I like to do with Knee Club is I don't like to think that it's like, okay, you have your life over here, and now you need to fit Knee Club in addition to your life. I see Knee Club as a way of life. There are things you can do while you're watching YouTube videos. There are things you can do while you're sitting in your car. There's things you can do when you're playing team sports that it's like you sit down on the bench for a few minutes. You can incorporate into your life whenever you're having the discomfort. So I don't want you to think it's like Knee Club is going to be separate from your life. It's like you can integrate it into your life. So it makes it like this seamless, it becomes seamless. It becomes your expression in your life is just your body's wanting to be comfortable. For instance, I have some clients that they work on an assembly line. So they're standing all day. So I will give them specific, I refer to them as pain pattern interrupts, that they would do while they're standing there or while they're on their break. I have other clients that have desk jobs. They have to sit down all day. We work into timers on their phone and things that they can do, break it down into baby steps, that they could do while they're sitting there at work. So I don't want you to think you have to set aside a whole lot of time. At first, when you begin working with the program, I'd say if you can give me 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and in the evening, that would be great. And that is more to begin to change the patterns in your mind and in your body, like 30 days to form a habit. If we do that 10 to 15 minutes a couple times a day, and you're looking for these experiences of relief in your neurology, which you'll feel within the first couple days, you begin to experience, it's like, oh, I worked with my knee and I got that relief. Oh, cool. When you get that experience of relief, you're going to want to do it more. You're not going to want to be like, oh, well, I'll just wait for my 10 to 15 minutes this evening to get relief. Like I could get relief right now without drugs, without shots, without surgery, without painful physical therapy. I could do that right now. Yeah, you can. And you just do that over and over and over again. Now, once your knee's out of pain, we don't need to do those same things over and over again when your knee's comfortable. We can move on to other things that are going on in your body. What's going on in your hips and lower back? What's going on in your neck and shoulders? What's going on in your ankles and feet? These are patterns from accidents, injuries, surgeries, and traumas throughout your life that build up. And now you feel like an old man or an old woman. It doesn't have to feel that way. It's because we haven't been given the operations manual on how to address what we're experiencing. I had a client, loved her 2 cups of coffee in the morning, would get pain. She noticed after the 2nd cup. So her homework was just to have 1 cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. So we need to, I ask questions more to draw out your experience of what you're dealing with in your life to figure out how to get you the results that you're looking for. And most of the time, this stuff falls in a blind spot that we don't even think about. It's like, I never thought that the coffee would cause my pain. Yes, coffee dehydrates the body. When the body's dehydrated, it goes to the bones and the synovial fluid of the joints first to draw the water out of there to keep the brain and the blood, which are priority to keep you alive. It goes in that priority. So what ends up happening is the joints begin to dry out. When the joints begin to dry out, they're not lubricated. So now you go to bend your knee, or you go for a long walk, or you work in the garden, or you play your team sports, and now you have that nerve irritation, not because of anything else other than the body's dehydrated. So we need to take these factors into consideration to move you down a continuum to get you to a place where you just have this great experience of your body on a daily basis. It just feels good. And Graham, I don't know if I got off track with that a little bit, but it's not necessarily a time thing. I look for effectiveness. I look for strategy. I look for what's going to make the biggest amount of change for your neurology in the biggest amount of change in the shortest period of time. That's what we're looking for. So there's three options. You can take action from here. One is going to the website, get on my newsletter list. Second is scheduling an appointment, consultation. And this is not to get you out of pain. The consultation is not designed to get you out of pain. The consultation is designed to point you in the right direction. Whatever it is, you got information from your docs and your PTs, or you're working with a massage therapist or an acupuncturist or whatever. And it's like, okay, I've been doing all of this stuff. I can't really tell what works and what doesn't work. We kind of right the ship and point you in the right direction that you could begin getting results by implementing. It's usually 3 baby steps. That's what I shoot for, 3 baby steps every time I interact with somebody, because those 3 baby steps are strategic and they're small and they're easily implemented. And when you have baby steps that are small, easy to implement, whatever I just said, I zoned out there for a second, it provides for exponential change in the body in a short period of time. But we have to be strategic. We have to make them small. We have to make them palatable, because your neurology, everything that you've done to this point has got you to the place where you're watching this video going, oh, my knees hurt. I don't like the experience I'm having. So we need to change that. And if we change too much in the neurology, then it doesn't stick. Meaning, like, it's why New Year's resolutions don't work. Everybody's like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to go on a diet, and I'm going to do those things. And you wake up New Year's morning after having a great time the night before, and you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. And it's because it's too big of a jump from where you're at to going to the gym and changing your diet. We need to do baby steps. We need to look at it. It's like, okay, get your gym bag together the day before. Or maybe it's sign up for the gym. That's all you got to do today. You just go sign up for the gym. You make that commitment that you're signing up for the gym. And it's the same thing with Knee Club. If you try to eat a whole elephant one bite at a time, you're not going to be able to do it. That's why we've got to break it up into baby steps. Okay, so that was the appointment thing. And then the last piece that you can implement is Knee Club. Knee Club is my group coaching program. We meet in a Zoom call twice per week. You have a private Facebook group. You can ask questions if you can't make the times of the calls. The calls are recorded. So whatever you type in your questions, I answer those questions, and then you can watch the replay. It's pretty simple. It's straightforward. I'm there to support you. It's way more than physical therapy or physiotherapy have to offer, because you're getting it multiple times per week. You're empowering yourself. You're knowing what to do for yourself in each specific situation. And you get back to the life you want to live. Okay. We've been going a half an hour here. I'm not not the social media guy. So if there aren't any questions, Graham, let me know if that answered your questions, or if there were more. You know what I could do? Before I'm going to wrap this up, but I'm going to play a little video I have at the end that goes a little more about Knee Club. I could share that with you. But I thank you all for being here. I'm going to play this here just in a second. But I thank you all for being here. Love comments. So if you're watching the replay of this, you have like your situation you're dealing with, and name your diagnosis. Let me know. Knee replacement, osteoarthritis, ACL reconstruction, meniscus tear, whatever that is. Okay, we got somebody that posted here. Okay, says many thanks, Bill. That's all I can think of for now. I'll probably give your appointment a go shortly. Awesome, Graham. Let me see. Okay, let's go. And yeah, I thank you all for being here. Thank you, Graham, for contributing as much as you did. I'm going to play this for you, and enjoy. This is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru, going to sign off for today, and I will see you on the next video.